All right, welcome back to Breakfast Television Canada. And of course, the Toronto International Film Festival continues with buzzworthy feature films. And on everyone's radar is the heartbreaking drama called Good Joe Bell. Stars Mark Wahlberg as a father walking coast to coast to speak out against homophobic bullying that his son suffers. Wahlberg's son is played by newcomer Reid Miller, who joins us this morning bright and early from Los Angeles. Good morning, Reid.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Wonderful, thanks. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, and we're glad you're here because this film is important, and it's important to talk about the subject matter. The story is based on a true story, and it just premiered at TIFF, which has to be exciting for you, but also kind of bittersweet because you got to do it from home.
Yeah, it's when I found out it made it into TIFF, and we found out we weren't going to be able to come up. It was it was a little bit of a heartbreak, but also, it's good to take into consideration that the fact that it's even premiering during this time, I think, is really important and unprecedented. So the fact that it's even having the opportunity, I'm just happy, even if I can't be there.
Yeah, for sure. And you are wonderful in this. You play Jaden Bell, who is the son of Joe Bell, and your father in this is played by Mark Wahlberg. Tell us a little more about the story. Give our audience a bit of an understanding of what's happening here.
Well, to just give a little bit of a breakdown, Jaden Bell was a real teen who lived in La Grande, Oregon. He was openly gay, not afraid of who he was, which is amazing. And unfortunately, he was the subject of extreme homophobic bullying and behavior, which led to him taking his own life in 2013.
Yeah, and
oh no, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, please go ahead.
And after that, his father, Joe Bell, decided to, like you said, walk coast to coast to basically talk to anyone who would listen about bullying and about what happened to Jaden in hopes of preventing it. And Jaden wanted to live in New York. That was sort of his dream. And so that was Joe's plan, was to walk from La Grande to New York. But unfortunately, a few towns away from New York, he was struck and killed by a truck.
Yeah, it's such a tragic story. Both father and son, community, the entire family leave behind, a wife or a mom and another sibling in this as well. When you spoke to the Bell family about this and this role and portraying this, as you mentioned, a real life teenager, what were those conversations like, and how important was it for you to kind of just get this right?
It was absolutely important because, when I first got the script and I started working with Mark and the director, I knew that I was meant to play this part, that I was born to do it. And while speaking to his mother, Lola, and his brothers, it was a really eye-opening experience as to who Jaden was, and it only made me want to tell the story even more, just about this kid who was so proud of who he was, but was just in a very unfortunate and kind of scary circumstance with the people around him who, at school, he was the subject of constant torment. And for me, it was so important to get this right, to show people who he really was, because not enough people are aware of his story.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was my duty to tell this story to the world as best and truthfully as I could.
And you're doing a wonderful job in this, doing that truth. And you said you're born to do it. There's a scene, and we want to talk about Mark real quick here. There's a scene with the two of you. I don't want to give away too much, but you sing in Born This Way. Your chemistry is unbelievable. To the older generation, people talk about Marky Mark. You don't ever ask him about his music stuff. But when you're working with Mark Wahlberg, what is that like, especially doing a scene about singing and goofing around?
It was just so much fun. Mark is a great guy. He's very kind and he's open-minded and very, very welcoming. And that allowed me to go to those places, to be vulnerable, even in those extremely dark and heavy scenes. And because we were able to go to those really dark places together, we connected on a level that was deeper than the material. So that scene in particular that you're talking about was actually super easy because me and him do have we both have a very kind of loving and fun friendship anyway. So it was just a fun and natural place to go to for me and him to play and to explore the lighter, friendlier sides, and that real father-son relationship there, because we really did have a very father-son relationship.
That's amazing to hear, man. And you, again, you're so great in this. People need to check out this story. It's called Good Joe Bell, premiered at TIFF. When you get a chance, people, check this out. Reid Miller, the future is bright. I know Mark has said some great things about you as well. Congratulations, and thanks for joining us this morning.